for that, Mike. And there are questions tonight about California's insurance commissioner and his work to protect insurance customers after our wildfires. KCAL political reporter Tom Waite here now with an update on State Farm's request for a large rate increase in Commissioner Ricardo Lara's trip last week to a resort with insurance executives.
Yeah, it's a lot going on here, Pat, and some questions we're going to try to get answered for everybody tonight. State Farm wants to raise rates for homeowners by 22%. After the fires, Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara's job, well, it's to make sure that that request is essential and that it's fair to policyholders. And while all this plays out, we've learned the commissioner went to Bermuda, as Pat said last week, at a resort with dozens of insurance executives. California Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara is under new scrutiny over a trip he took to Bermuda last week for a conference of insurance executives. Lara's critics have at times accused him of being too close to the insurance industry. Carmen Balber with Consumer Watchdog tells us the timing was not ideal.
There's a couple things here. Certainly would be worse if it had been paid for by the insurance industry. But that's not really the main point. I think most Californians, especially those who are currently trying to recover from the tragedies in Los Angeles, would hope the insurance commissioner would be here at home helping them recover from those tragedies, not off on a junket in Bermuda.
We made multiple requests for an on-camera interview with Lara. He was supposed to speak with us over the weekend, but canceled. He was also asked to appear in Sacramento at a hearing with state lawmakers, but the request was made after he had already booked his trip to Bermuda. In a statement, a spokesperson told us this about the trip to Bermuda. Nearly 40% of the world's reinsurance companies are based in Bermuda, paying out trillions of dollars in claims, including those for wildfires. Commissioner Lara delivered a keynote address aimed at guaranteeing insurance companies continue to write policies in California.
Unfortunately, this is not the first time, and certainly won't be the last, that we see the commissioner off on a foreign trip in an exotic locale at a quote-unquote insurance meeting that still raises eyebrows for consumers.
Lara is also facing another controversy, this one over State Farm's request to raise home insurance premiums by 22%. State Farm is scheduled to make its case for why they need the rate hike at a hearing on Friday. But Lara already announced he's giving what he calls provisional approval for the increase.
In this case, consumers won a small victory because Consumer Watchdog has been urging the insurance commissioner to send State Farm's request to a public hearing for the last month now. That's what this order did. Said, I will not approve this rate increase until the company comes forward and justifies it at a public hearing where the company has to make its case and the public has a chance to respond.
Bottom line, it appears likely homeowner insurance rates will rise, but for who and how much is not clear.
You have to understand that the estimate right now is about $50 billion in losses, but we won't even know that until all the claims are filed. But when you have thousands and thousands of homes that have been destroyed, we know that it's gonna be very difficult. So insurers have to be able to predict what type of disasters may occur in California and then price that accordingly.
State Farm also wants to be able to raise insurance rates for renters by 15%. State Farm warned state officials a year ago they need to raise their rates to keep up with claims. Pat?
All right, and they're going to stay on top of